Hey people, welcome to the video. Now, this video is going to be an informational video, and it's for barbershop owners and salon owners who are finding it difficult to get to get apprentices, and to get people a new talent to join their teams. And it's primarily for people that are committed to the future of their business, committed to the future of the industry, these young people's lives, and they are solution driven. This video isn't for the barbershop owners and the salon owners who like to play the victim card. The ones that want to blame the government, that they want to blame the system, they want to blame VAT, taxes, rising costs, or they believe that it's too expensive to have an apprentice, or that the young kids today just don't want to work, right? We hear that all the time. So what I'm going to do in this video is take you through some ideas and some frameworks that we've been put into our coaching group of barbershop owners and salon owners, which has been working really well to attract and retain new talent, i.e. apprentices, into their businesses, and reframe the way that we think about these people moving forward in the industry and in 2025 and beyond. So I've been in the hair industry for 20 years now, and for the past 5 years, I've been educating and coaching barbers and hairdressers all over the globe and putting millions of dollars back into the pockets of the people of the hair industry. Well, I pretty much hear the same stories everywhere I go. People are burnt out. They're too afraid to raise their prices. They're sick of annoying clients. They're making no profit in their business. They're not paying themselves, and they're struggling to find team. And the most recent conversation about how difficult it is to get apprentices, A, because it's too expensive, and B, because apparently these young kids just don't want to work anymore. So I was an apprentice once. I did the full 4-year NVQ apprenticeship in the UK for hairdressing, and it served me well. I've had a crazy career. I've traveled all over the world. I've taught people all over the world. I've stood on the best stages. I've educated, I've trained, I've made great money. I've worked for amazing companies. I've won amazing awards. But those were different times. 20 years ago, I wasn't exposed to the things that kids are exposed to today. Now, historically, like me, apprentices have been given the job alongside learning hair of cleaning the floors and cleaning the shelves, right? I think this is what owners mean when they say young kids don't want to work anymore. Well, my answer to that is, can you blame them? I don't know anybody that really wants to clean the floor, scrub the skirted boards with a toothbrush, and clean the shelves that the products sit on, the same products that are toxic to all humans and covered in hard plastics. Like, it just blows my mind that we still think that that is a requirement in 2025. So here's my proposal, and this is a framework, and these are ideas that have been working really, really well in our coaching group with the business owners that we work with. One of the big reasons I believe that apprentices don't want to come into the industry in the first place is because it doesn't look attractive enough. Like, you better give these kids a really, really good reason why it's a better idea to stand behind somebody 10 to 12 hours a day, doing their hair, worrying about their fade, making sure it's millimeter perfect, farting around with their blow dry, and I want volume here, and I want flat there, and I want this color, for peanuts, right? These apprentices are making peanuts. You better give them a really good reason why that is better than all the other options that they have out there, like starting a business online, following their dreams, becoming a digital nomad, having the life and the freedom they want, and making incredible money. I know kids in their 20s and they're making $100,000 a month. Now, you show me a hairdresser that makes $100,000 a month, especially an employed one. They don't exist, right? This is the predicament that we're in. Now, it's about attractiveness. Right? It's that old saying, like, follow the money, right? We all need money. And in 2025, these kids, what we need to understand as the older generation is that these kids are exposed to very different things to what we were exposed to when we were kids. They are spending their time online. They were born into the internet world. They have all the information they ever want and ever need at their disposal, at their fingertips, especially now that ChatGPT is become involved in modern culture, right? Like, you combine ChatGPT with Google and YouTube, you can literally find out anything you ever want to find out. So here's where I think it's up to us as the business owners and the leaders of the industry to start thinking creatively when it comes to the solutions to these issues that everybody is saying that they have. We have to find a way to make these apprenticeships look more inviting and more attractive to these young guys than we have been doing historically. So you guys might have heard of a thing called leverage, right? We're in the leverage and delegation era. It's a real thing. If you don't know what it is, you are already behind in business. It's 2025. If you want somebody to clean the floors and clean the shelves, outsource, hire a cleaner. They're not that expensive. Get somebody else, pay somebody else to do that job for you in your salon. Number one, you're going to save everybody a headache. Number two, it keeps you in the spending cycle of the economy, right? A lot of business owners want their apprentice to do their cleaning for them because it's going to save them money. But what do we all know about economies and ecosystems and markets? They rely on spending to exist. And historically, what we've done to get our apprentices to do the cleaning, we thought we were saving money. We're actually choking the spending cycles of a market. Because as Ray Dalio explains, all markets rely on spending. One person's spending is another person's income. So I think it's an old school idea to choke spending. We need to find a way to build into our price point how we can outsource cleaning. That's my first proposal, okay? Here's the second proposal. Now, this is a kill two birds with one stone solution. I'm all about leverage. I'm always trying to find how can I squeeze the most juice out of an idea and my business so that we get more things done. Instead of getting your apprentices to do the cleaning, which I think is just a ludicrous expectation these days, no kid between the ages of 16 and 25 that I know wants to do cleaning. There's so much out there saying lean into your passion, lean into your creativity, your unique expertise, your unique avenue, right? Not once have I heard someone say, yeah, that's cleaning. No, it's not, right? If they want to get into hair, it's because they want to do hair and they want to lean into the art and they want to lean into the creativity. So here's the thing. I am a coach for business owners, right? And one of the number one complaint I hear from business owners, especially the ones that aren't keeping up in the digital age, is they don't want to make social media content. Okay, here's the solution. You replace the cleaning that your apprentice would have done with social media creation. Now, before you say, oh yeah, that's ridiculous, hear me out. You could sit around and complain that a cleaner might be expensive, an apprentice is expensive, but you can't just say everything's expensive. You have to spend at some point to make your life a little bit easier. So all of a sudden, instead of having an apprentice losing their mind and wasting their time cleaning the floors, now all of a sudden you've got an in-house social media assistant. Why is this a good thing? Well, we've just spoken about how most business owners are complaining about money, right? They're always watching their costs, their profit and loss, their expenses, their profit, their revenue, top line, bottom line, tax, the whole thing. What's one of the key factors in this modern day age that helps us to create more revenue? It's our marketing, right? And most business owners that I speak to don't do it. And if they do, they don't do it well enough, okay? And I guarantee you now, it may sound like a wild idea, but I guarantee you, any kid that you bring in between the ages of 16 and 25 will know social media way better than you do. They'll know how to use a camera way better than you do. They know how to edit way better than you do. They know the apps, they know Instagram, they know TikTok, they know YouTube. They will probably know these things way better than you do. So why are we wasting our time saying, oh, the kids don't want to work anymore because they don't want to clean the floors? Of course they don't want to. Give them something interesting to do. And if you can, which is my proposal, is give them something to do which is actually going to make you as the business owner money. If you think that you don't have the time and you don't want to outsource the social media content creation, give it to your apprentice. Now, here's where you kill another bird with another stone. I love what Simon Sinek says, right? As a leader and as a business owner, one of your requirements and one of your obligations is to leave people better and more employable than when you found them. Now, what does that mean? You're going to have to give them skills, all right? And if I'm thinking about leverage, especially for these kids, everything that I teach them, I want it to be a skill that they can take forward with them in real life. What benefit does cleaning the floors and the shelves have to do with the apprentice's future? Zero. Everybody knows how to spray a cloth and clean a shelf. Everybody knows it. I don't care if you get up on your high horse and you want to drill it into them and be a drill sergeant and think, oh yeah, but it's what they need to learn. Okay, that's just opinion, right? It's all opinion based. Everything we're doing here is completely made up. That's just your opinion. If that's something that you still believe in 2025, then that's something that you need to go and work out on your own, because these kids just don't care. And we can't force them to care. Why? Because we're trying to force them to care about something that really is not going to benefit them in any way, shape, or form. So why would getting them to be the social media manager be a good idea? Well, number one, it takes a job off your hands. Number two, it makes you more revenue and it gives you a social media presence, by the way, managed by somebody who probably knows this stuff way better than you do. And three, it gives them a brilliant skill that they can take with them by the time that they are good at cutting hair. That's going to fast track and elevate their career for them and for you, right? It's just a win-win across the board, because we're in the realm and the time of personal brand. If you want to be pumping out quality talent and retaining quality talent, you need to be giving them skills that they can use in the future. Here's the thing. People say, oh, what if I train them and they leave? Okay, well, if you don't train them and they stay, right? Do you want someone to stay and then just be crap and costing you money? No. And think about word of mouth. If they do leave, which is just to be expected, if they go to somebody else and they know that you've trained them and they've come with all these amazing skills, you're going to get a great rap for producing A-grade quality stylists in the industry. For me, it's a no-brainer. It starts a revenue flywheel, right? You post content, you get more clients, you get more clients, you make more money, you make more money, you've got more resources to spend and grow the business, and the whole thing continues, right? All the while, you're making this journey for these new guys, these apprentices, look really enticing and really attractive, not because they're coming in and they're getting responsibility, they're doing things that they enjoy, they're getting to learn hair off a subject matter expert like yourself, and they're also getting to create content while building part of the business for you, and they're learning a brilliant skill of personal brand development for their future, which is what they are going to need. And in my opinion, that is way more important than making sure that your floors and your shelves are clean. So in my business coaching group, we designed a model called the Unlimited model. It helps you to attract team and clients. It helps you to retain team and clients, and it helps you to deliver to your team and your clients. And within that, we teach all the systems required to run a successful salon and a successful barbershop. Let's face it, most barbershops just aren't getting new talent and apprentices because they're just not showing people why it's a good enough idea to come and work for their barbershop. We have to be showing these young people future. We have to be showing them the next step on the ladder. And that requires us to be leaders. That requires us to step up and make sure that we're driving forward in our careers so that it looks attractive enough for them to come along for the ride with you. 80% of all people that quit their jobs quit because of a lack of future. Remember that, not because of money. In 2025, most people quit because they cannot see a future within a company. So make it your obligation and make sure that you're showing these youngsters future and why it's a really good idea to be working with you at your company and for your brand. I just don't believe that it's good enough anymore to expect young people to work just because you have the doors open and you're going to pay them an average wage. So what we do is we make sure that the marketing, the messaging, and the positioning is tip top so it speaks directly to the dream audience, whether that's team, new talent, or nurturing current clients and attracting new clients. The whole idea is to build your brand awareness and brand perception to a point where you have a steady stream of new talent and new clients wanting to come and be with you at your company and your brand. And that's what's missing in today's world of hair. Times have changed. We're in the digital age now, and you need to start thinking that way if you want your business to survive in the next 5 to 10 years. So guys, that was fun. That's my proposal. This system has been working really well with our coaching group, and I hope that was helpful for you. And I hope it's given you a bit of perspective on what we can do for the future of the apprentices, your business, and the industry that we all love. If any of this resonates with you or you want further help, I've dropped my email and my Instagram in the description below. Send me a message and let's have a chat.